someone has a heart attack, or someone has a bit of a build-up and a potential to heart attack, what do they put on? Cholesterol-lowering medication, yeah? Well, your liver is the organ that makes cholesterol. And what this medication does, two of the most popular are Lipitor and Crestor, they block the pathway in the liver that the liver uses to make cholesterol, thus stopping the body making so much cholesterol. But that pathway is also the pathway that the liver uses to make coenzyme Q10. Have you heard of coenzyme Q10? That's your heart protective enzyme. So someone has a heart attack, goes on cholesterol-lowering medication to prevent a heart attack, they can actually be increasing the risk of heart attack. There is no research to show that Crestor and Lipitor prevent heart disease. Did you know that?
For decades, cholesterol has been vilified as the primary culprit in heart disease, stroke, and other cardiovascular conditions. This narrative, largely driven by pharmaceutical interests and the promotion of statins, has led to a widespread fear of dietary cholesterol and fat. Barbara Waniel, however, sees things differently. She explains that cholesterol is not inherently harmful. In fact, it plays a critical role in the body. Cholesterol is a vital component of cell membranes, a precursor for steroid hormones like cortisol, estrogen, and testosterone, and essential for the production of vitamin D. Without cholesterol, the body would struggle to maintain many of its crucial functions. Barbara Waniel points out that cholesterol is so important that the liver produces it naturally, even when dietary intake is low. This raises a fundamental question. If the body itself produces cholesterol, could it really be the villain it is often portrayed to be?
You see, 50% of this membrane around our heart cells is made up of protein, and 50% of the membrane around this heart cell, muscle cell, is made up of fat. But many people stop fat because of cholesterol, am I right? And you might have seen the Catalyst show a couple of years ago where they showed that cholesterol does not cause heart disease. If you looked at the show on Catalyst, I don't know whether anyone looked at it on iView, last August, Fat or Fiction, it shows there that cholesterol is a non-issue. Cholesterol does not cause heart disease. So with cholesterol, 80% of the cholesterol that the liver makes is made from glucose. And 20% of the cholesterol that the body makes is made from fat. You see that equation? It's not the butter on the bread, it's the bread under the butter that's the problem. And last night we looked at the dangers of wheat and how when the wheat was hybridized in the 1950s, it produced a type of wheat that is very difficult for the body to handle. Now last night we looked at how it gets the blood sugar level up higher than even sugar because of the type of starch that was created in the hybridization process. And in a minute I'm going to show you the gluten and how it actually affects the function of the heart. But first of all, we'll look at cholesterol. Now there are two types of cholesterol, two main types. There's high density lipoprotein called HDL, and LDL is the low density lipoprotein. So let me draw a heart vessel here and show you what's happening in the heart, because HDL and LDL, they're like the maintenance team on the blood vessels in the body. And HDL's role is to carry away excess cholesterol. So it's called the carrier. Whereas LDL, it's the repairer and the rebuilder. That's its role in the body. So when you consider that LDL is the repairer and the rebuilder, where are you going to find LDL?
One of Barbara Wanill's key messages is the distinction between LDL low-density lipoprotein and HDL high-density lipoprocholesterol. These are often referred to as bad and good cholesterol, respectively, but Barbara Wanill suggests this oversimplification does not do justice to their roles in the body. LDL is often labeled the bad cholesterol because of its association with plaque buildup in the arteries, leading to atherosclerosis. However, Barbara Wanill explains that LDL's role is more nuanced. LDL serves as a transport mechanism, carrying cholesterol to tissues that need repair or growth. Problems arise not necessarily because of LDL itself, but because of its oxidation. Oxidized LDL can contribute to inflammation and damage within blood vessels, increasing the risk of blockages. Wanill argues that instead of focusing solely on lowering LDL levels, more attention should be paid to reducing factors that cause LDL to oxidize, such as poor diet, smoking, and chronic stress. HDL, often dubbed the good cholesterol, acts as a scavenger, removing excess cholesterol from the bloodstream and transporting it back to the liver for recycling or excretion. Barbara Wanill emphasizes the importance of maintaining high levels of HDL to ensure this balance. Foods rich in healthy fats, such as avocados, nuts, seeds, and oily fish, can help boost HDL levels.
You'll find LDL wherever there's a need for repair, wherever there's a need for rebuilding. So the two different types of cholesterol are high-density lipoprotein, HDL, and low-density lipoprotein. Because of its low density, LDL is always found on the edge of the blood vessel. And because of its high-density lipoprotein is always found in the middle. That's where you'll find the two different types of cholesterol. Now, let's say a person is a smoker. 4,000 chemicals in one cigarette, and that can cause damage in the arterial wall. So the chemicals in cigarettes can cause a hole in the arterial wall. Mercury, it's a neurotoxin. It can cause a hole to be made in the arterial wall. Yeast or mold in the blood can cause a hole to be made in the wall. And if the person's on a high wheat, high sugar, high alcohol diet, feeding the yeast, can you see what's happening? What's going to plug up the hole in the arterial wall? LDL. LDL plugs it up. Remember what LDL is? The repairer and the rebuilder. It'll plug up the hole. That's what it does. Now, what's supposed to happen is the person's supposed to stop smoking. The person's supposed to get out of the mouldy house. The person's supposed to get the mercury fillings out of their mouth, or instead of having tuna and salad for lunch, they have hummus or lentil burgers and salad for lunch. The person's supposed to stop smoking and drinking and high wheat, high sugar. And at the same time, that's a person's supposed to be eating highly nourishing food. So where's your fibre? All your plant food, plant-based have fibre, your whole foods. Where's your protein? Your protein is found in your legumes, your lentils, chickpeas, lima beans, tofu, only if it's organic, nuts and seeds. And where's your fats, your nuts and your seeds, and also your coconut oils, your olive oils? When a person is eating those nutrients, the body can heal the hole. Can you see that? All those nutrients basically are all the building materials that the body needs to heal the hole. And then HDL comes along and takes away the excess cholesterol. Can you see how these two work together in maintaining the arterial wall? And often LDL is blamed as the bad cholesterol. The body doesn't make anything bad. No, they work together in maintaining arterial strength. Because if nothing plugs up the hole, the blood can leak into the tissues and we can die. What an amazing body that God gave us. But do you know what's happening with many people? Many people don't realise what the smoking's doing to them, or the drinking, or the wheat, or the sugar, or the mouldy house, or the mercury fillings in their mouth. Many are sick through ignorance. So they continue. And the person's so busy they don't have time to cook the lentils, and all they've got time for is cereal, or the quick sandwich for lunch, or the quick pasta 2-minute noodles for tea. And so they don't have the nourishment needed to repair the hole. Not just plug it up like LDL, to actually repair it so HDL can be taken away. And so what's happening in the arterial wall? It's building up and up and up and up and up and up. So what's happening in the arteries? It's called atherosclerosis or arteriosclerosis.
One of the most provocative claims Barbara O'Neill makes is that dietary fat is not the sole or even primary cause of fat accumulation in the arteries. While conventional wisdom links saturated fats with heart disease, O'Neill highlights the role of inflammation, sugar, and processed foods as more significant contributors. Barbara O'Neill underscores the role of sugar and refined carbohydrates in promoting inflammation, a key driver of cardiovascular disease. When the body processes high amounts of sugar, it creates advanced glycation end products, which can damage blood vessels and contribute to plaque formation. Contrary to popular belief, O'Neill asserts that not all saturated fats are harmful. She references studies suggesting that natural saturated fats from sources like coconut oil, butter, and grass-fed meats do not have the same negative impact as industrially produced trans fats. In fact, these fats may support healthy hormone production, brain function, and cellular integrity. Barbara O'Neill advocates for a diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods. She highlights the importance of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, legumes, and healthy fats in providing the body with essential nutrients while minimizing inflammation. Perhaps one of Barbara O'Neill's most intriguing claims is the benefit of cayenne pepper for cardiovascular health. Known for its fiery heat and culinary uses, cayenne pepper is also celebrated in natural medicine for its therapeutic properties. Cayenne pepper contains capsaicin, a compound that has been shown to improve circulation, reduce inflammation, and prevent blood clots. Barbara O'Neill asserts that capsaicin can help clear blockages in arteries by dilating blood vessels and promoting blood flow. Additionally, it may help reduce aldol oxidation, a key factor in plaque formation. To harness the benefits of cayenne pepper, O'Neill suggests incorporating it into meals or taking it as a supplement. However, she cautions that individuals with sensitive stomachs or gastrointestinal issues should start with small amounts and consult a healthcare professional if necessary. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to click the like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.